Tadej Pogacar back in action in his team's home race, the UAE Tour, with a very interesting stage design. An uphill sprint. They go through a hilly sand dune area. They did this a couple of years ago on the bike path, then finish at LOUCA Palace, and it's an uphill sprint, even has a 9% pinch in it. So could the pure sprinters, which we have many of, all of them here, Philipsen, Coy, Milan, Merlier running into his lead out, could they survive it, or would it be for the punchers? We've got Van Aertveld, Only, who were good in China last year on a punchy stage, but of course, man who can sprint, man who can punch, man who can do it all. Tadej Pogacar in the World Champs jersey, he was one of the favourites for the stage. It was that hard, this final climb. And usually when he's racing, when we saw last year, he races to win. TV breakaway went with 2 Bardiani, man, that was pretty easily contained, so no surprises there. And they head to this sand dune area, and as I said, it's actually very, very hilly. Now, most of the teams actually weren't that interested in taking it up because the breakaway was on 1:48 and the peloton just was happy to peg it at 2 minutes. Little Trek going for stage favourite Johnny Milan. But it actually, when they come off the highway and get onto this bike path, it gets narrow. I don't know if it's a bike path. Anyway, we still see the sprinters teams chilling. The gap's 150, but you look here, it's steep. There's some pinches in this area, and UAE decide to increase the pressure. Now, maybe if there was an intermediate sprint at the top, they could have taken some bonus seconds. I think there was just KOM sprints. But you see Novak beginning to get into position. He's not just getting a bit on. UAE were going to try something over the lip of the next dune. Olav Koy struggling. He got dropped at this moment of the race. So UAE do a full lead out. They put it in a line. Novak launches Pogacar, but he doesn't get much separation. So in the end, you're not really going to go anywhere. Maybe he thought he could get a group of guys, or anyway, maybe he just wanted to test the legs, and he had on the training session for today, do 2 by 30-second activations for the TT tomorrow. I'd believe that. But it doesn't go anywhere. Bora were really in position. They got Finn Fisher-Black here, Danny Van Poppel, Sam Welsford. They got options for both this stage and GC. Jay Vine rolling over the top of Pogacar. Vine looks like he's coming into really good shape after being strong on the Green Mountain stage of Tour of Oman. Vermeersch, their new signing in third wheel. Poggy goes again. But look at your man, Emmanuel Gebregsgebir. He's like, Poggy sits down, Emmanuel steps over him and says, yeah, I'm probably on 100 grand, but right now I'm able to. He probably could have attacked there. So Emmanuel, he's a really, really strong rider, versatile, domestique, uphill, downhill, flat. The Eritrean on Little Trek works hard from January through October. Fantastic rider, actually. But then it all comes down. Poggy made everybody nervous. Nothing happened. Pellizzari's lookalike gets more time in the breakaway, and they actually reel him in the last 10Ks, but it's nervous. First big bunch sprint for a lot of these riders this year. Van Aertveld's got the whole lotto train. Very nice to see on the left. And nervous for even Pogacar's team. Milano's taking a sip here and chops himself. Thank God Vine stays upright. He doesn't need any more bad luck. But Milano chops himself on Poggy. Goes into there's a big curb and he crashes hard. He hit his head. Lucky not to hit that pole. UAE, you're like, whoa, near miss, having crashes like that around Pogacar. I assume Milano was out of the race after a big crash. And yeah, a lot of teams are interested in also not being put on a GC gap, because there can be splits in sprints like this of 3 to 5 seconds, which the UAE Tour got decided by 1 or 2 seconds last year when Van Aertveldt won on bonus seconds that he got in the breakaway last year ahead of Ben O'Connor. So Tudor on the right-hand side, I think Zylard was just there, but there was no decline. We've got Tobias Lund Anderson, great finish for him. Poggy surfing in the middle, trying to get on the wheel of Philipsen. Milan also isolated with about 800 meters to go. He didn't have the best lead out today. So that I just want to pinpoint that early, that Milan is eating wind and maneuvering himself here. He's not eating wind, but he's maneuvering himself around from the last minute of this sprint. Pogacar goes really early. In the end, a mistake. A man who sometimes he can make a mistake and still win anyway, but it was a mistake. 300 meters to go against this sprint field fresh. It's not like it's at the end of Liège or something. Milan gets in his wheel, and the power difference, of the 85 keg unit can just sit and then sprint again. A gate goes over the top. What a signing from XDS Astana. Philipsen in the wheel of Milan. Milan, as I said, he's been going for ages. Finn Fisher-Black tries to come up the barriers, but there's no exit for him. He's boxed. He tries to come around Philipsen to the left-hand side, and Philipsen, gassed, looks over his shoulder, whoop, nearly chops Finn. I don't think Finn would have won. I think Milan still was going to hold it. But you see, Poggy just goes to... I really think if Pogacar... How would Roglic have ridden this? If you go watch the Catalunya sprints, Roglic, if he's in the wheel, he would have come out of Milan's wheel. He would have been hunting Milan's wheel and then sprints the last 25 meters. And Poggy has to sit down at about 175. So I actually think when you look at who's in the top 7, Van Aert, Only, Finn... I think Poggy cost himself, actually. But would Finn have won? He got boxed legitimately. I don't think Milan had it. What a sprint from Milan. Should shout out him a bit more. The biggest unit in this top 10, apart from Bauhaus, by far. Philipsen got relegated. Incredible sprint from Milan. One of the best all-round riders in the world. Here's what Little Trek had to say after the stage.
Johnny, how do you feel after this brutal effort?
Brutally tired. I think I think the warm, the temperature, these last 700 meters and all the race was pretty tough, more than I was thinking. It was a pretty intense day. Let's say that in the beginning it was a bit quiet, also with the front wheel, but then we went in the circuit, there was some echelons, and then everyone back again. I have to say thanks to my guys, because like every race they control, they support me, and then they lead me to end like this. So first, thanks to them, and super happy about it. Really tired now. Tomorrow we will try to defend. Also the leader jersey that I will have, I think, and. Until then I will try just to rest as much as possible.
It was brutal, but how tactical was it against other sprinters and also the likes of Pogacar and Van Aert who were in the mix?
I think it was more against the last kilometer. I think we tried to don't take it too much in the back and not too much also in the front, and they leave me just in the perfect position for be able to do these last 150 meters in the best ways as I could. So super happy about it.
Complimenti.
Grazie.
But what a great opener. I hope they use that finish again. It gets the punchers involved, the sprinters. Really, really good stage. Hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you with the TT recap tomorrow. Ciao.